with the fact that they don't have a balanced attack. Philadelphia has solid weapons at every single solitary position. If you ask me, there are two teams that the general manager of the Philadelphia Eagles need to be on the phone with. The first team being John Gruden's Oakland Raiders. Seeing if Beast Mode wants to come east. See if he can get that X-Clan popping. I know they on that hyphy moving out there in Oakland, but seeing if Beast Mode want another shot at the championship, which in my opinion would solidify his spot in the Hall of Fame if he goes to Philadelphia and wins the championship and get it cracking. The other team is Shady McCoy. He's a Pennsylvania kid. He played with the Eagles before. I understand he's probably apprehensive due to the situation where he might have had his ex-girlfriend beat up. But the fact that that is over your head is a damn shame. You're an NBA player. NFL player. You're one of the best people in your position. And your name is mixed up in some bullshit about getting some woman beat up. Or if you could write stupid in the sky, they'd probably probably spell it shady. But hopefully he's not involved in that damn foolery and he walks away with this unscathed. With that being said, it's time to close out the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The number 3 quarterback on my list is a dude who I used to despise. If anybody listens to the show more than once, you know I'm an Oakland Raider fan, a Los Angeles Raider fan, Raider Nation. Win, lose, retire, Raider Nation till I die. You know that. So this is why I despise this quarterback. Not because I really despise him. He was that good. This dude is a 9-time Pro Bowler, 2-time Super Bowl champion, 1992 Walter Payton Player of the Year, 1-time League MVP, retired with 51,475 yards, 56.9% completion rate, 7.1 yards an attempt, 300 touchdowns to 226 interceptions. Went to 5 Super Bowls, won 2 of them. John Elway is one of the greatest quarterbacks you've ever seen. Anytime you had John Elway on the field, and if it was 5 minutes to go in the game, y'all lost, and that's just it, man. If you down 3 or 4 and it's 5 minutes to go in the game, y'all got y'all ass kicked. I'm sorry. John Elway was the comeback king. He is part of one of the greatest moments in NFL history called the drive against the Cleveland Browns. I know a lot of people like to go with the championships and make you best and this, that, and the third. No, I go on impact on the game. I go on effect when the chips are down, you're going with that. And when the chips were down, John Elway showed and proved there's no questioning what's going on. Now, I know it's a lot of people who going, if John Elway is number 3, who's 1 and 2? Number 2 on my list is the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life. He finished with 40,551 yards, 7.5 yards an attempt, 273 touchdowns, 139 interceptions. Won 4 Super Bowls, 8 Pro Bowls, 3 times All-Pro, 2 times League MVP. Comeback Player of the Year in 1986. Player of the Year in 1989. Created the legend. He was the basis of creating one of the greatest teams. He was the cornerstone of one of the greatest franchises in the 80s and the 90s, and made it so we look at them and anticipate them being good. Now he goes by the name of Joseph Clifford Montana Jr., a.k.a. Joe Cool. Joe Montana is the best quarterback I've ever seen in my life. And he's number 2 on my list. How about that? Joe Montana was Joe Cool. I mean, here's an example of Joe Montana being Joe Cool, and that's why he's the greatest quarterback I ever seen. At the time, I was 11 years old watching this game. I was 10 or 11 years old watching this football game. It was a rockin' soccer game. The Dallas Cowboys versus the 49ers. The Dallas Cowboys were America's team. They were the best team. They were the best team in the world at that point. Everybody loved or hated them. And 49ers just a team that Dallas Cowboys usually dismiss on a regular basis. Joe Montana gets the ball, drives down the field. Ed Too Tall Jones, one of the better defenders at that time. By the way, he played for the 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Ed Too Tall Jones and Harvey Martin blowing down Joe Montana's throat at this point. He fades back to the left, throws the ball to the back of the end zone. Is known as the catch. What makes Joe Montana the man in my eyes is he said, we won. He said, you can't beat the American team. And he told Ed Too Tall Jones and Harvey Martin at the time, two of the better defenders in the league, well, you know what America's team going to be doing Super Bowl Sunday? Watch it. Because we on our way. When you got the wherewithal to say something like that in the midst of doing your thing, this is a dude, he's impeccable. I mean, one of the best players out. He is the best quarterback I've ever seen. Full-time Super Bowl champion, like I said, Joe Montana is the number 2 guy. The question is, who's my number 1 quarterback? The number 1 quarterback in NFL history, to me, is a dude who don't nobody talk about anymore. And it is a perfect example of why the world, America as a whole, is a jacked up place. Seriously. This dude is the father of the 2-minute drill. He still to this day has passing records. He put up numbers that some of these dudes that I named before him in a league that was strictly running. He put up numbers that some of these dudes still can't get past. He set the record for consecutive games with a touchdown. I think it's like 200 some odd, 100 some odd games, consecutive games with a touchdown. I think he retired his career with never entering a game, having a game where he didn't throw a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. 1-time Super Bowl champion, 10-time Pro Bowl, all-time 5 times All-Pro, 3-time NFL champion. So that's 4 championships. That's just as many as Joe Montana, one less than Brady. 3-time league MVP. This dude, he was the Man of the Year 1970. His name is Johnny Constantine Unitas. This dude invented the 2-minute drill. You know, the whole shotgun and run the offense without the coach's help. He invented that. And people don't talk about this dude. As I stated, he won the Super Bowl. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's a 3-time world champion. He's part of a game that was in black and white. The game was so great that it was in black and white. They used technology to turn it into a color game so you can see. He got 290 touchdowns to 253 interceptions. This is why I tell people, man, stop quoting them damn stats to me. I don't want to hear that nonsense about those stats. Because when you hear 54.6% completion, you go, that ain't that impressive to today's standards. You have 40,243 yards. You know how many people that have more? I think Carson Palmer, a dude who y'all know I have zero good things to say about. Carson Palmer and Vinny Testaverde threw for more yards. This is why stats don't mean anything to me. But when you talk about a dude who invented the 2-minute drill, dude who was obviously clutch, dude who won 3 championships, 1 Super Bowl, 10-time Pro Bowl, 5-time All-Pro. If you don't know the difference in Pro Bowl and All-Pro, Pro Bowl is the fans and the coaches saying, hey man, you real good. All-Pro is saying, you are the best in the league at your position. That's what an All-Pro is. So it's not an all-star game. It is, you are clearly the best at your position in the league. There will only be one All-Pro quarterback. You can't be an All-Pro. You can be it's 3 Pro Bowl quarterback. It's 1 All-Pro. So with that being said, big ups to Johnny Unitas, man. I don't know why people don't talk about him more. The dude, and that is my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 best quarterbacks in NFL history. To go over the list again, Big Dan Marino is number 9. Peyton Manning, number 8. Dan Fouts, number 7. Tom Brady, number 6. Warren Moon, number 5. Roger Staubach, number 4. John Elway, number 3. Joe Montana, number 2. And the all-time great Johnny Unitas is the greatest quarterback in NFL history. In football, in the 100 years of the NFL, Johnny Unitas is the greatest quarterback ever. Just like I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the greatest player ever because of what he's did. I'm going to go along with Johnny U being the greatest quarterback of all time. You can debate it. You can reach out to me on Facebook in the group, The End of the Bench, THAENDOFDABENCH on Facebook. And you can do, please like the fan page. Please join the chat group, chop it up with us. Please follow the page on Twitter, The End of the Bench, THAENDOFDABENCH. And follow your boy on Instagram. You can get at me directly on Instagram at hrap_b, and on Twitter you can see me. I have, just for the record, if you don't know, I'm kind of a big deal on the Ron Burgundy side of the game on Twitter. I have over 62,000 tweets, just about 63,000 tweets. So I'm very active on Twitter, giving my opinions on sporting events, social issues, and hip hop. That's pretty much what I do. Hip hop, social issues, and sports. That's how I talk about on Twitter. And it's a lot of fun for me, man. I vent, and it helps me get information on the show. I talk to athletes. That's how I have my guests on the show. We building this brand. And don't forget, man, tomorrow night, let me go back to the homie Posted in the Paint with Doc Bill, the Angry Black Man, as Thursday, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Mondays at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Spreaker.com. If you are in the chat room, look up the homie Doc Bill. Hey, if you want a treat, that's what you do. You follow the homie Jungle. There's a whole group of us, man. We're doing it for the culture. We're doing it for our community. We are voices for our community. They are social issue shows, there are music shows, R&B, jazz, R&B, soul, hip hop shows, relationship shows. So people from our community offering sound advice, giving you good music, talking good sports like I'm doing. Man, we're building a brand here, man. Join, get on board, man. You can follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, subscribe to the show here on Spreaker.com. If you have an iPhone or you're on iTunes, subscribe on iTunes. So if you don't listen to the show now, you can listen to it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Go to YouTube, the THA space END space OF space DA space BENCH space, because it's an End of the Bench on there also. The End of the Bench. On YouTube, you can listen to the show in segments. You may not have 3 hours to listen, 2.5 hours to listen, but you can listen to it in 15-minute increments. They break it up in 15-minute increments. You can digest it as you see fit. I want to thank everybody in Chicago who listening. Y'all know who y'all are. 2 million y'all mentioned. Outside Chicago, I'm going from west to east. James in California, Craig in Phoenix, Big Ken in Phoenix, Anthony in Phoenix, Joe in Houston, Terry in Dallas, Antoine in Houston, Texas. The homies, I got a bunch of cousins I didn't even know they were listening, and Alabama, I didn't even know they were listening. Big ups to the Liggins family. Much love to the Liggins family. Thanks for the support, fam. Big Chris, Big Stacy, and Nas in Atlanta, Mike in Orlando, Sid in Orlando, Doc Bell, the Angry Black Man in Tampa, Chris in Baltimore, Phyllis in Virginia, Jeezy in St. Louis, some people, I don't know their name, they in the Northeast, they in Boston. Oh, Trey Mack in Boston. Some other people in Boston, in the New York tri-state area. Much love to y'all. I said Phyllis in Virginia, Jeezy. I said everybody. I think I said everybody. If I forgot you, oh, Mason in Chicago. You always get on me because I never say his name. So Mason in Chicago. And man, thank you for tuning in. Remember, subscribe. You can check me out on iTunes, YouTube, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio. I'm all over the place, man. We might have to change this from the End of the Bench to Visa, because we everywhere you want to be, man. Again, this your boy B signing off, man. Thank you again. If I didn't have your support, I'd just be a crazy dude sitting in the room talking to himself. So with that being said, shout out to the Podfather, aka Combat Jack. I'm gonna need you to take us out, Jack.
You know what it is, man. Dream those dreams and man up. Live those dreams, because a life without dreams is black and white, and the universe flows in technicolor surround sound. Wow.